What's up, internet? So today I want to introduce you and tell the story behind some of the things I've been making in my studio, and one of them is this thing right here. I know a lot of you have been seeing me use this can holder for, a lot of my projects, and this right here, it is a perfect circle sort of maker. So now you can put this on the wall and sort of build your circles. You can have a string as long as you want to and just start making circles. So this right here is something that I designed and sort of printed and assembled in the studio by myself, and I want to sort of just do the story behind some of these things that I've been creating, because like I said, you guys have been seeing me use some of this stuff in my videos. It's because I haven't been sort of motivated to sort of pick up a paintbrush, and I don't want to sort of pick up a paintbrush when I'm not motivated. So I've been getting into other things as well in my practice. I know I did a video before about sort of creating on autopilot. Right now, I've just been really interested in sort of designing and solving problems that I have. So for the past couple of months, I've been learning CAD design. I picked up this program called Fusion 360. So if you're an artist and you really want to sort of get into learning how to design products and things like that, that is one of the softwares that I guess is easily sort of attainable. If you go to Fusion 360, Autodesk makes it. So I had these ideas in my head and I wanted to figure out how to sort of bring that to life. So I picked up that program, didn't know anything about it, and just started learning as much as I could through YouTube. I then picked up 2 3D printers, and I'll do a review video on the 3D printers that I purchased. And the first one is the Dremel, that rotary tool that you can find in a lot of hardware stores, and jewelers sort of use it as well. So they make 3D printers as well. So I picked that one up mainly because they sold it at a large department store, and if I didn't like it, I could easily return it. It was around $2,000. Like I said, I'll do a review video on that one, and one called the Prusa. It's made in the Czech Republic, and that one is about $1,000, and it's open source. And those 2 printers have been fantastic. I use them for different purposes, but they've been really great to sort of work with in my studio practice. And like I said, I'll do a video review of those printers later down the line. With the CAD program mixed with the 3D printers, I was able to think of different things in my head and actually figure out how to design it on the CAD program and then print it. And because the materials of the 3D printer are really great, I'm able to create something and print it out and actually use it right off of that printing bed. So one of the things that I wanted to do is just make things that help me out in the studio practice. So one of those things is, like, I have a bad back, and bending over or sort of leaning on ladders all the time really sort of ruins my back. And I only have like 5 hours on my back because I've done football, I've done breakdancing, jiu-jitsu, I've done a ton of different activities, live art. And if you ever done live art, standing in the same place for 5 hours on stage with the wrong shoes will really take its toll on your back. So one of the things that I wanted to do was figure out a way to help me out so I don't have to bend down all the time or go up and down a ladder, because I use a lot of colors. I wanted to sort of figure out a way to sort of keep a lot of the cans on me. This is where the Detour holder comes into play. I basically designed it. It was one of my first design I ever did on the CAD program, mainly because it's super simple to kind of do. And then it was all about figuring out how to source the right magnets, because the magnets that I used at the beginning weren't working out. So I had to actually special order some really nice strong magnets. And there's like 3 magnets in here for each of the holders, but they hold up really well on a lift or a ladder. So anything that's metal, this will attach to. So if there's metal on the building, metal on the ladder, metal on the lift, metal on whatever, it will attach to it. So this is something I've been using very often, and now I have it on a lot of my projects that require me to sort of use a lift or a ladder. And it's been really useful because I don't have to bend down as much anymore to sort of pick my colors. I can have 10 of these holders, put them up on the railing of the lift, and basically just pick from there the colors that I want to and exchange them with other colors. So now I reduce the amount of bending over that I have to do. And when I'm on ladders, I have like 10 colors at the top of the ladder with me. So now I don't have to sort of shove it in, my hoodie or in my back pocket, things like that. I can just leave these at the top of the ladder and exchange them when I sort of use all the colors that I want to. And from there, I just got into the bug of figuring out how to solve a problem that, I have, because I have a ton of just like little art tool hacks. And another one that was glaring that came out from a couple other friends mentioning the same thing was like how to get perfect circles. So basically I use my engineering skills to actually create this right here, basically a circle tool that allowed you to get perfect circles. So basically using bearings and learning about bearings too, and then designing around the bearings to have like this sort of circular sort of item that you can put into the center of a wall, and then trying to design like a little easy clamp right here that you can use a pencil or marker or something else. I even have like another can holder that you can put on this right here to help you go around the wall or around the space that you're trying to do. Maybe it's a basketball court, you're putting circles on there, and to actually create perfect circles. So really just adding double-sided tape and then sticking this onto whatever surface. And I added a protractor in the middle so that you're able to actually have the measurements. So now you're not sort of guessing in terms of where your angles are, or you're not doing a ton of work to figure out those different angles. So yeah, so I mean, you can have as long of a string as you want to. And for me, when I tried to create a perfect circle in the past, I just used duct tape and this tape and sort of try to make sure the tape is in the same area and smash it down, and then use that sort of rope to sort of tie around the can or a marker, and then just running around hoping that sort of centerpiece doesn't move. So now this will give me a perfect circle whenever I need it. I can do small circles, or I can use a really long rope right here and do a really large circle if I want to. So these are some of the things that I've been creating in my studio space. And there's a couple other things. I have one called the Twinsy. Basically it allows you to sort of put two cans side by side and put them in a holder. So now you're able to do spray two cans at once, and just getting some different patterns, as well as this one called the shark tooth tip. So now I'm experimenting with just different things on sort of a can to give you different textures on your studio work, or on a larger piece. So I've just been in the studio just really experimenting as much as I can with all the different tools that I have, and figuring out, okay, what would be something that I would want to use, or what would be something that would give me something different than what I'm used to. And the thing is, 4 months ago, I wasn't doing any of this. I didn't have the printers, I didn't have the CAD programs, I wouldn't even know how to make this 4 months ago. But because, I tried to sort of step out and figure out, how to do, something else, something outside of my comfort zone, to where, I was challenged every day. I'm still challenged, and I have to sort of, go back to YouTube, go back to some of these courses and learn. It was something that helped me evolve as an artist, and now I'm able to utilize a lot of these different sort of techniques and skills into my regular practice. So that is something that, I not only wanted to share this, but also sort of tell you that, hey, don't be afraid to get outside your comfort zone when it comes to learning new things, because for me, this sort of exploration into, product design and sort of figuring out problems and trying to solve it. And unlike artwork, with this, if it doesn't make a perfect circle, it's not good. I have to go back to the drawing board and redo it. I can't just, do an artist statement to explain it away. There is sort of like a perfect circle, and there's a not a perfect circle. This product works or it doesn't work. So it got me sort of really into making sure something is super perfect as it can be. And I just wanted to share, mainly because, like I said, I want to make sure that other artists understand that it is great to get outside of your comfort zone and sometimes take a break from what you're used to get into something else, to learn something else, so that you're able to sort of go back to what you were doing sometimes, and sort of bring a different perspective. So if you like some of these products, I actually made a website called onadetour.com. Basically, I'm having a lot of these products sort of listed on there. I have to sort of design it and print it and actually assemble it by hand. So there's only going to be a limited sort of run of these things. And, it's going to be great sort of getting that feedback from you guys, and then helping out you guys as well when it comes to, the tools and things like that, because like I said, I've been really into design mode. And if you have a design or a tool problem that you want me to sort of help solve, just throw that in the comments section, because like I said, I've been really engaged in terms of finding a problem that artists have and figuring out, okay, is there a solution that I can create, you know, with the CAD program and my 3D printer, and basically, you know, trial and error. So hopefully you like me sharing the sort of the holder that I created and the circle tool that I created, as well as some of the other stuff on the website. And really, like I said, it has been enjoyable just to get outside my comfort zone. So I just want to leave you with that right there. And as I create more stuff, I'll try to do more videos that will sort of share the process, because like I said, I want you guys to be as sort of engaged and sort of efficient as possible. So I'm trying to make some more tools, and like I said, I'll do a review on some of the CAD programs and the 3D printer that I got as well, because I know a lot of you will definitely benefit from having a tool like this in the studio. It's been really easy to learn, so it's not that difficult. So I'll basically do a review video for artists, and hopefully you'll like that as well. But I will see you next time. Peace.